Have you ever tried exploring somewhere without the help of Google Map? And today I can show you how to use the map and the compass to navigate. It's a very useful skill when your phone runs out of battery. And first, let's talk about the compass. As you can see, this part of compass is called a base plate. It's clear, so when you put it on the map, you can see through it. On both sides of the compass, there's a ruler, and it can be used on the maps with different scales. And in the middle of the compass, there's a big arrow. It's called a direction arrow. It's always point to where you want to go, and you always follow this direction after you set your bearing. You may notice there's a big round thing on the compass. It's called a bezel, and it's clockwise marked degrees from 0 to 360. And inside the barrel, you can see there's a white marker. It's called the index marker. It shows where you need to read your bearing. Inside the bezel, there's a right arrow. It's called the orienting arrow. Alongside the orienting arrow, there's some lines. It's the orienting lines. When you use the compass, you need to make sure the orienting lines parallel to the grid lines of the map, which marked by the blue lines. And the last but not least, there's right needle inside the bezel. It's a magnetized needle. It's always pointed to the magnetic north rather than geographic north, which also known as true north. Another important concept we need to know is declination. So, what is declination? A compass will always point along the lines of magnetic force, which converge on what we call the magnetic poles. And the angle between the direction of force and the direction of geographic North Pole is called a declination. The declination in New Zealand is around 18 to 26 degrees. So, for example, if you use a compass in Nelson, the declination will around 22 degrees. It means the needle of a compass will point to the 22 degrees on the right of true north. If the declination are negative, it means the compass will point to the left of true north. Another interesting fact is that the magnetic North Pole is constantly moving, so the declination needs to be updated as well. Now, let's put what we have learned into practice. The first we need to know where we are and where we want to go. Now, use the edge of this compass. Connect two locations. If it's not long enough, use the rope to help. Connect two locations. And make sure the north is on the index marker. And next, you need to rotate the bezel until the orienting lines parallel to the grid lines of map. Now you got your bearing, which is 32 degrees. Remember the declination. Now we need to do is take away the declination from this bearing. And the declination in our cargo is 26 degrees. So we need to take away 26 degrees from this bearing, which makes it to the 6 degrees. The next step, rotate the compass until the right needle just above the orienting arrow. An easy way to remember that is right on the shed. Now, follow the direction arrow. It points to where you want to go. Have you ever tried to explore somewhere without help of the compass?